Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, mga kasama, mga kababayan, may mga panahon sa ating trabaho dito sa lehislatura na hindi lang tayo gumagawa ng panukala. Tayo ay tumutugon sa kasaysayan. Tayo ay sumusunod sa atas ng ating saligang batas. The 1987 Constitution declares that the state shall guarantee equal access to opportunities for public service and prohibit political dynasties as may be defined by law. Ito ay malinaw na utos ng saligang batas. The Constitution says it in black letter. The framers, bless their long lives and their stamina in attending our committee hearings, confirm it. And yet, for nearly 40 years, that constitutional command has remained unfulfilled. In the 20th Congress, before the Filipino people, we, dear colleagues, are given the opportunity to decide whether we will give life to that promise. Mr. President, sa araw pong ito, I am honored and deeply humbled to sponsor Committee Report number 33, in substitution of Senate Bills 18, 35, 285, 1548, 1558, 1616, and 1854, sponsored by Senators Padilla, Lacson, Erwin Tulfo, Pangilinan, Ejercito, Aquino, and Legarda, at ang inyong lingkod. Ito ay produkto ng mga committee hearings natin sa Senado, mga consultations na ginanap sa iba't ibang rehiyon sa Pilipinas, at mga komento at suhestyon ng mga eksperto at karaniwang Pilipino. Nadinig natin ang suporta ng mga estudyante, mga manggagawa, at mga local government officials. At atin ding pinakinggan ang agam-agam ng mga may pagkiling sa dinastiya sa kung anumang dahilan. But let us speak plainly. Political dynasties are not only a political issue, they are an economic issue. Studies by the Ateneo de Manila University, the University of the Philippines, and reputable think tanks have consistently shown a correlation between entrenched dynasties and higher poverty incidence, weaker human development outcomes, and slower local economic growth. Sa mga lugar kung saan umiikot lamang sa iilang pamilya ang kapangyarihan, malimit, mas mataas ang kahirapan. Mas mahina ang mobility, mas limitado ang oportunidad. Why? Because competition disciplines power. Kapag masikip ang pintuan papasok sa politika, masikip din ang daloy ng ideya, reforma, at oportunidad. Walang incentive para maging achiever, maging magaling at masinop na lingkod bayan, kasi nga naman, pasa-pasa lang. The position becomes a birthright and not something to fight for. We must also address corruption. When several members of one family simultaneously hold office across a province, city, or municipality, accountability becomes complicated. Hindi ito pag-aakusang may mali agad. Ngunit aminin man natin o hindi, may structural incentive for mutual protection. Oversight weakens when authority circulates within the same family network. Investigations can become politically fraught. Local institutions may hesitate. Hindi po pwedeng sabihin na mabait naman si governor, wala naman dungis si mayor. Democracy does not depend on personal virtue alone. It depends also on institutional safeguards. We want those institutional safeguards. Dear colleagues, we understand the sensitivity of this measure. Many of us come from families with long traditions of public service. Totoo po, marami sa mga pamilyang nasa politika ay naglilingkod ng marangal at may dangal. This bill is not about attacking families or questioning anyone's long tradition of public service. That tradition itself shows that public service can be honorable. But today is about institutional legacy. Kung hindi natin kikilalanin ang utos ng konstitusyon ngayon, kailan pa? If we truly believe in equal access to public service, then we must create rules that widen access. The bill is not an assault on political families and those who belong in them. What it does is prevent simultaneous concentration of power within the same family in the same sphere of governance. Mr. President, dear colleagues, we acknowledge that people have varying ideas of what a perfect anti-dynasty bill would look like. Some bills were expansive in theory, but impossible to implement. Some extended prohibition so broadly that verification would overwhelm our electoral system. We listened to the Commission on Elections, and the COMELEC has been clear. Enforceability is essential. That is why this bill limits the prohibition to relatives within the second degree of consanguinity or affinity and applies it within defined territorial jurisdictions. Ako man po ay tumalima dito, Mr. President, kahit ang sarili kong panukala ay hanggang fourth degree. This bill is at bottom a convergence of principle and practicality. A bill that can hopefully find consensus among the widest number of stakeholders, but at the same time, effect meaningful change. Hindi ito perpekto, ngunit ito ay posible. At ito ay makabuluhan. At sa politika, ang posible ngayon ang nagiging pundasyon ng mas malalim na reforma bukas. I stand before you today, Mr. President, believing deeply and truly that this is a bill that will create meaningful impact, not just for our democracy, but for ordinary Filipinos. Ito ay panig sa kabataang may pangarap tumakbo, ngunit walang apelyidong kilala. Ito ay panig sa guro, sa negosyante, sa health worker, sa magsasaka na may kakayahan, ngunit walang politikal na makinarya. Ito ay panig sa patas na laban. Democracy survives not because power is comfortable, but because power is accountable. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, para sa isang kinabukasang puhunan ang kakayahan, hindi apelyido, with humility, with respect for this institution, and with fidelity to the Constitution, I respectfully sponsor this measure and urge its approval. Salamat po, Mr. President.